Hey guys, it has been a minute, I know, and I have just taken a lot of time to not do things through YouTube, and it shows. I did pop up a couple of shorts of what I've been doing in my upstairs unit, and so, of course, as always, it kind of re-inspires you to try to record and take everything in. So I am going to kind of give you guys a quick tour of what my upstairs currently looks like. It is already in process. I might have a video of what I had when it was first bought, so you kind of see what the layout was originally, and it hasn't changed that much other than just the walls are now coming down. But yeah, let me tour you through what the second story currently looks like, and I will try to keep up with showing you guys some of the process through the way. So coming in to the bottom floor, this is the original common space. Common because there was an exterior door at the top of the stairs, and then here is the bottom exterior door for the first unit. When in my shorts I told you in my current plan, this door goes away because this unit already has multiple exits. So this door is really just creating this space to be a little bit of a confusion, whereas taking this door out, the front door now is their actual entryway, and the landing problem, as I mentioned before, will rectify itself. So first and foremost, old stairs. Not a ton of headroom right here. So when I was telling you I want to scooch this back to the stud here, I'm sorry, the joist, and that'll create more headroom because there's not enough stair room or room for the stairwell to be readjusted to be per code. So this is a grandfathered in 1900s stairwell. The rise is somewhere about 8, and then the treads are somewhere like 9, where it should be like a 7 and a 10 or 11 sit tread. So there's not enough room. They're not terribly steep, but when you're used to walking regular stairs these days, they feel steeper than normal. But they're, once you get used to these old homes, it doesn't feel steep at all. So this is where I want to correct the winders so they go straight up and enter into what will be a living room. So currently this is where we are. So this was a bedroom, and as you see, I've opened up this wall here. This will be the entry living room, and then the area where this was the entry door with this little strange outside landing that you use for nothing. This wall will get removed, and there will be a wall right here and a wall inset over here to make room to put a bathroom in this area here. But currently, this was the entry living room / bedroom, however someone would use it, mostly because it's your entry point. People use it as a living room. Good size space, as you see. Currently have the floors open as I'm working on leveling them out. There is a sag predominantly in the middle here, about 2 inches. So it cups down the bottom floors, all the walls stack on each other. So this is what we call a balloon framed house, which means that in the basement, the exterior wall studs go all the way from the basement all the way up to the roof. So they're one continuous, no breaks, no plates. And then each floor, I'm going to guess the bottom floor similarly, but walls were built right on top of subfloor. So there were no real bottom plates. The subfloor acted as its own bottom plate because this is supposed to be a load-bearing wall. I'm waiting for my engineer to come over to confirm what I know already, but I want him to tell me his professional opinion, of course. But yeah, so balloon framed houses. Part of the problem with them is they can be fire hazards because the channels between the studs, there's no break, no extra wood, no anything. And then you have this plaster and lath, which the lath is super dry kindling. So these type of homes burn, and they burn very fast, very hot. So by removing a lot of plaster and lath, I'm actually helping pull down the burnability. I'm going to be adding in bridging down so that, you know, if there were ever a fire, it doesn't go straight up the wall. It stops at something, obviously, hopefully to insulate in the walls so that this holds on to better energy efficiency. And obviously by taking off plaster and lath, I'm also reducing weight on the actual structure itself, because lath, if you don't know, is basically sand stuck to your walls. So it's very heavy comparatively to drywall, of course. So anyway, there's going to be where this railing is. That's going to be the new wall. Wall in here will probably start somewhere in here, mostly just so that I have enough room for that bathroom. And then if I do get that joist, then this will get a little bit skinnier, but then it'll still be a walk-in closet for this new bedroom. It will be dedicated a bedroom, since the entry point will come up this way. And this will be kind of hall-ish, you know, it won't be a full hallway because the bathroom will be here, but it will have, you know, like a hall-like feeling. So this currently is where we are in this room. And again, currently working on floors. I'm working on getting my contractor friend to bring over my subfloor. I've got a few pieces in my car, but I have to chop everything in half because I don't have a truck. So waiting for him for full sheets, but that is where I'm at right now, is I need to put down the insulation in the floor. The insulation is more for sound than it is for insulation. This upstairs, because it's up, always is warmer than downstairs. So right now it feels really nice up here. But insulation to help with sound transfer. And then of course, adding blocking in to stiffen up these floors, and then the subfloor. And then I'm hoping to reuse this old, I mean, it's 120 years old floor from the original. So I'm pulling it up, trying to save everything. I have a planer. I plan to plane them and reuse them. So that is my goal for this area. But right now, this is kind of my current project, is working the floors. And so I need subfloor so I can continue moving, because like any good DIYer, you don't have any space for anything. You just kind of have to move around where you can pull stuff up. So once I get some subfloor in, I can actually move this stuff over and continue on pulling the wood up so I can continue the floor in here. So going back in over here, again, old bedroom will be a living room. This space, we're going to be taking the walls down to see through to the kitchen, to be determined on if it stays that way. I just need to see it open to know if I like that idea. But I think I do, because again, small space will feel much larger and longer if you can see all the way to the back. I like cozy, but you know, in an apartment, sometimes it's nice to feel like you've got space. So this wall is load bearing as well. Again, its point is to move it here to this wall cavity, or whatever, the end of this wall, and then stretch over to this wall with a door here so that this can then be a proper bedroom. This old bathroom will then turn into a closet. It's very small, wasn't done well. Supposedly by professionals, but I don't know what professional installs a shower pan that goes past the door. Not to mention, didn't do any siliconing. So this was not done by professionals, but you know, you fix things as you find them. And yeah, so this will end up being kind of a walk-in closet. We'll get all this stuff out of here, move that again to the bathroom that will be on this side. So again, a wall right here, this will be closed off, and then this will be bedroom. But same problem, load-bearing wall. I mentioned in the short, they're not even over any top of joist, they're just on the subfloor, but that was how they stood for 120 years. So I'm not worried about the structure falling. I'm not worried about it sagging any further. I think it is settled, but now I'm trying to reconstruct it so that it's more level and more stable, basically. And then I have my kitchen area blocked off currently to help produce not as much dust through the entire house, but that will end up getting worked on as well. But this is the current space we're working on. These are tongue and groove floors that were installed some other point in time later on. So these are original floors as well. Trying to save all this stuff as much as I can, reuse as much as I can so that the flooring cost stays minimal for us. And yeah, there is our current tour of the work site. I'll do my best, guys. I'm terrible at recording myself. I don't always love it because right now my face and my skin is freaking out from eczema and bad weather and allergies. So not really camera ready, but we'll take what we can get, guys. See you on the next one.